ABC, Barry Winslow logging on. Big day today. Logged on this morning, noticed that I had 102 subscribers. So, got a 100 subs contest. I know there's so many of them floating around out there that it's even hard for myself to keep up. And gosh, I think it's maybe even hard for Rob Paniques to keep up, and he seems to keep up with everything. So, but big day for me. My parents get into town in a few hours. I actually have to head to my graduation rehearsal to figure out where my seating is and go through about a 45-minute procedure where they tell you how to file up in line and go over the stage and grab your diploma and all that kind of stuff. So that's occurring here in about an hour, so I figured I got a little bit of time to hop online and talk to you guys. So it's a really great day, and in knowing that, playing in the background is Daryl Washington, Steve Washington 607, his VCLT that he sent to me a little while ago. This one's called Happy Day. I figured why not? I mean, if it's a happy day, great mix. Daryl, I know I told you this and I actually made a response video to you. Continue to be the bright person that you are in the vinyl community. There's a lot of people that appreciate you, and it would be a really sad thing to see you go, because there's a lot of people that love you here. So great mix. That's in the background. So, but 100 subs contest. I've been trying to run this around in my head, what I wanted to do. I had it boiled down to probably 2 or 3 different contests that I was thinking about doing. And I think I went back to like the second one that I thought of. And I just think this would be the cool thing. I have never seen this done. I mean, and maybe it was done before I was on the vinyl community, which could easily be the case. But I just got to thinking, it would be so cool to go through and create your own supergroup. I know that there's supergroups out there, Supertramp being one of them, where there's just phenomenal musicians, really at every instrument, whether it be drums, bass, guitar, vocals, what have you. So I was thinking, why don't we dig through our collections and pick out really an album for an artist on that album to play at their respective instruments that you would want in your supergroup. For example, let's say you want to make a rock band, right? And you like Jimmy Page on guitar. Pull out an album that Jimmy Page is on. Maybe it's Zeppelin. Maybe it's something that wasn't in Zeppelin, right? Maybe it was Yardbirds. I don't know. Pull out an album that has Jimmy Page playing guitar on it, where you feel that is the best showcase of his guitar playing. Okay. Another one. Let's say drums. Oh geez, I mean, there's lots of great drummers out there. Let's just go with I don't know, Steve Gadd. Let's say you like Steve Gadd, right? Great session guitarist. Maybe you want to pull out an album of his where you go, on this certain song on this album, I thought that his drumming was phenomenal. I want him with that sound in my supergroup. So I'm really looking for, I don't care if you guys make a progressive rock, I don't care if you make rock, I don't care if you make blues, metal, what have you, I mean, jazz, it doesn't matter. I just want you to make your specific supergroup. I'm hoping that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 5 albums that I picked out, because I want 5 members in my band. And I went through, and I was thinking obviously I listened to a ton of bands, ton of music, so there was a lot of options out there for me to pick from. But when I really boiled down to it, I found the sound and the people that I wanted in my supergroup. So starting off with vocals is going to be, I just love this guy's voice. I've showed this before on the vinyl community. There was only, I'm going to go now, 1, 2, 3, I think 4 albums where this artist was singing for this band in the earlier parts of its career. So this is, let me get it out of the shrink. This is Savoy Brown's Blue Matter, 1969. The vocalist on the A side of this album is Chris Yulden. I absolutely love Chris Yulden's voice. He was on this album, he was on the one before it, and then the two after it, in Savoy Brown's early catalog. I love his voice, and I want him to be the forefront of my group. I want him to be the vocalist. But I think that his vocals on this album are specifically some of his greatest sounding vocal tracks. So that's why I picked this one out. So Chris Yulden on vocals. I'm going to step away from the limelight now, and I'm going to get back behind the drum set. Like I mentioned earlier, this one was easy. Steve Gadd, session drummer, and his work here on Steely Dan's Asia, specifically the track Asia, that Gadd fill, just phenomenal. So I want Steve Gadd drumming for my supergroup. Alright, bass. This one was tough for me, but I kind of flipped through and I finally came to someone where I thought this would be a good pick, at least for the style that I want, and it is Jaco Pastorius for Weather Report. Actually, Jimmy Jamison 50187, I had a conversation with him over the phone. I was discussing Weather Report with him, and he actually told me a little story about Jaco Pastorius, about how he kind of went stir crazy, how he kind of went mental, and wound up leaving Weather Report. But known for a really not so much slap, but more of a fingering, funky fingering, using the bass almost as like a voice in the band, a very lyrical voiced instrument, kind of like a guitar would be, but used in like I guess a prog jazz a setting, so something like that. So Jaco Pastorius, if you don't know much about his bass playing, this is him right down here. Fabulous. Look him up, Jaco Pastorius. So I want him on bass. Alright, finally we got it. I mean, not finally, but we have to get to guitar. And I know this is going to sound like, oh, you didn't think very hard about this one, but I think he's the greatest guitarist of all time. Some people don't, some people do. This is my pick. Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. Clapton, in my opinion, in this era, maybe even Cream, Derek and the Dominoes, and then early solo career stuff. I mean, I can't find a demonstration of guitar, at least blues guitar, that comes anywhere near that. I mean, just phenomenal. I mean, unless you're talking the King of Blues or stuff like that, but for me, Eric Clapton just does it, and especially on 461 Ocean Boulevard. This one was kind of more of a laid-back album of his. The blues was real, like Florida coast blues, I guess you could almost call it. You get a feeling of warmth when you listen to this style of blues. It's real laid back, real easy, real with the flow blues. So that man right there, Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. That's the album where I think he does some of his best guitar work, and I want him for Axe on my band. So, and then I figured you can't really have a great, seems like we're looking at like a blues rock band for right now. You got to have someone filling in on the keys. You got to have a little bit of organ, a little bit of keys, a little piano. And I got to thinking, for that kind of sound, specifically, that I'm kind of accumulating with this group over here, I thought there was one guy that could fit in and just make it rock. Steve Winwood, especially on Back in the High Life. Steve Winwood, the vocals, the guitar, but the organ. I mean, this guy did it all. And I still to this day don't think Winwood gets enough attention and enough love for the work that he's done. This guy is just a genius. I cherish Winwood. The guy's the man. So this is going to be my organ, keyboard, piano, whatever, you name it. But specifically the organ. I mean, this guy, his organ work in a blues and a blues rock setting is just incredible. So Steve Winwood on keys. So that's my supergroup. So guess I'm asking you guys. I don't care if it's you want to make a trio, a quartet, a 5-piece. I don't care if it's jazz. I don't care if it's opera. I don't care if it's soul. I don't care if it's bebop. I don't care what it is. I just want you to create your own supergroup. Explain the instrument, and obviously the individual playing that instrument, and show me what you come up with. I'm only gonna have one prize since I don't have the most records here in the VC, and but there's one here that I thought is in pretty good condition, and it's something that I've listened to, and I kind of get a feel for it already, and I'm ready to pass it along. So I'm gonna draw a name out of the hat, and they are going to get the Black Keys El Camino. Kind of goes along with the blues rock atmosphere that I kind of created with my supergroup. This is the winning prize. So I guess a few rules for the contest for create your own supergroup. I don't think you have to be a sub. I'd like you to be a subscriber to my channel, but I'm not going to make that required. But you have to obviously make a return video response to this video down below. I don't know, just show me what you want to show. It's nothing really too specific. I guess end date is something that we're looking for. Let's go with, let me see, what is today? Today is I believe it's the 3rd. It is May 3rd. May 3rd. Let's go June 1st. That's easy to remember. So that gives you a little bit less than a month. That's plenty of time to go through and dig through your collection and come up with your own supergroup. So that's my 100 subs, and I guess really I just want to say yes, it's a very happy day, and I just want to thank every single one of you who have subscribed to my channel. And really gave a shit about what I had to say about whether, usually albums, but music in general, the vinyl community, I can't say enough. So giving, so loving, so incredible, so much input, so much knowledge, so much care for vinyl. Just a phenomenal community to be a member in. And just to see and log on and see people's excitement when it comes to music, that to me is what the vinyl community is all about, is the connection with the love of vinyl, yes, but music in general, and how much we care about the art form. That's why I love this community, and the people in it are so loving and so giving. So thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel. That's my 100 subs contest. Create your own supergroup for me, okay? Alright guys, take care, and thanks again. Love you all.